Welcome to Brothers in Beer video vodcast. Vodcast?
Vodcast. That's a term we coined.
I don't think so.
Fuck. You think other people came up with that?
I think it's been around for a long time.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you can tell or not, but this video is being done on completely different equipment. Steve's wearing sunglasses, not because he likes his sunglasses, but because there is an extremely bright light right behind the camera.
But we look so good.
And we now have a much better camera.
I was told I need to sit up straight in the videos.
Oh yeah, maybe we both need to sit up straight.
I don't know about you, but they told me my posture looks bad. Like I was hurting. The way I'm sitting, I hurt people's backs.
Maybe I should sit up straight.
People are like, damn man, you hurt my back.
It gives you a flatter stomach too when you sit up straight.
Well, there ain't nothing flat than this out. Maybe some P90X.
Maybe some P90X. So this is the fourth beer on the video portion of the podcast. By the way, this is episode 32. I guess we should tell them that, right?
Well, I hope they listen to the regular fucking podcast so they can sync them up.
That's a good idea. You should listen. If you're watching this video now and you haven't listened to the podcast, stop the video, pause, whatever you want to do. Go back to the podcast, listen to the podcast, then watch the video. There's a good reason behind that. But anyway, the fourth beer we're doing this week is Tommyknocker Brewing. It's a Green Chile Lager. This is one of the beers that Steve picked out.
I like chili beers. We haven't done a chili beer since probably episode 2 or 3.
No, it's been a while. But this is Anaheim Chili Pepper Infused Lager. It's got the same story on the back of the can as the Tommyknocker beer that we did in the podcast. Since you guys are going to listen to the podcast, I don't need to read this, right?
No, you don't.
Okay.
We did a brown ale on the podcast.
We did do a brown ale, Tommyknocker brown ale with maple syrup.
Oh, maple syrup.
This beer comes in at 5.3% alcohol and 27 IBUs. So let's go ahead and give her a crack. Oh God, I can smell the peppers. I'm not a huge fan of chili beers unless they're done right. I don't mind a beer that tastes like chilies if it's not spicy. Which is weird because I like spicy food. I don't like spicy beers.
What? I don't mind a beer with chilies in it as long as it's not spicy.
I don't mind a beer that tastes like chilies because chilies, there's more to chilies than just spice. Chilies have a flavor.
Listen, though, that's ridiculous.
You're ridiculous. Ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. I don't like peppers. I like peppers, but as long as they're not spicy.
You can smell the peppers in them for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's a pale straw yellow color, decently white creamy foam head.
I'm a complete Star Wars theme today.
He has a complete Star Wars theme. Darth Vader, Star Wars hat, Star Wars shirt. I don't need to wear all that stuff because my Star Wars is permanent.
Blast shield.
Blast shields. Nice.
Listen,
let's give this beer a try.
It smells like I want to drink it.
It smells like I'm gonna hate it.
No, I like it already. I haven't even tasted it. I like it.
That's what I want in a chili beer. That beer has the flavor of a pepper, very little spice. It's got a little bit of spice on the end.
Okay. It's
What's
green chili beer. That's the thing. It's not a spicy chili.
No, green chilies aren't all that spicy.
Right. I like the spice at the end. I didn't get that.
Oh, you want something? You want to take a drink of something and go?
Get a little bit of burn at the
burns.
end. Yeah, at first
then just go drink some bleach.
I have a story about bleach, but I'm not going to talk about it.
No, you have something that you do want to talk about that though.
Right.
Or about though.
Well, because the Super Bowl's coming up, and I'm gonna try to get this out before the Super Bowl. But me and Kenny, we got predictions for the Super Bowl. We got some stuff to talk about the Super Bowl. But the first thing I want to talk about the Super Bowl.
Before you get into that, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You do have a topic you want to talk about though.
Yeah, we want to talk about this. Well, it's Super Bowl week.
It is Super Bowl week.
So there's been a lot of press conferences and weird things going on.
The Super Bowl has not occurred yet. This video should be out before the Super Bowl. That's our goal.
That's the goal, to get this out before the Super Bowl.
Today's Friday, February 1st, so the Super Bowl's in a day and a half at this point.
Right. But all these stories pop up, and I got a story popped up about the Super Bowl. And do you know who... You know Pink Floyd, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay. Roger Waters from Pink Floyd is petitioning the halftime performers.
Maroon 5 specifically.
Well, there's 3 people that. Okay,
Yeah, it's Maroon 5, Travis Scott, and I can't remember.
Big Boy.
Big Boy.
Okay, I'll just read the story a little bit here. It said Roger Waters is calling on Maroon 5, Travis Scott, and Big Boy to take a knee in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick during this Super Bowl halftime performance. Now,
Roger Waters, he's a pretty well-known black musician, right?
No, he's white.
Oh, okay.
He's a white guy.
Okay.
But now, who's doing the anthem this year? It's she's like 67. Maybe?
Oh my God! How did I forget this?
But okay, while you're looking that up, I'll keep going with the story. The Pink Floyd alum and activist, he's an activist, okay, made the plea in social media posts showing Waters and his band taking a knee at a concert in 2017 in support of Kaepernick. Now, I don't know if you guys know Colin Kaepernick. He started the whole taking a knee thing to show solidarity against police brutality.
Yeah, Gladys Knight.
Gladys Knight.
We talked about this on last week's podcast.
Right. She's been getting some flack about she's going to be singing the national anthem.
And she basically came out and said, look, the national anthem is bigger than, all this nonsense that's going on.
She wants to bring us together instead of dividing.
The national anthem should unite people is what she's saying.
What, she's a white singer?
No, definitely not.
She's black. No. Okay, so Roger Waters, who's an activist, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Pink Floyd's one of my favorite fucking bands, man. I love Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd's good.
And my whole life I've known that rock and roll is anti-government. They just are.
Did you ever eat acid and watch the movie The Wall?
No, but I've heard that's awesome. But I also heard that if you play, I think it's The Wall, and watch Wizard of Oz at the same time, they sync. I think it's The Wall. I have to think about that.
It's the album that the Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, Dark Side of the Moon.
And Wizard of Oz, they sync up somehow. I don't know how. I've heard that.
That'd be interesting. I should try that. This beer is.
But it said, my colleagues Maroon 5, Travis Scott, and Big Boy are performing during the halftime show at the Super Bowl this coming Sunday. I call upon them to take a knee on stage in full sight. I call upon them to do it in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick, to do it for every child shot to death on these mean streets, to do it for every bereaved mother and father, brother and sister. Which, okay, I don't disagree with those statements. This thing, there have been some travesties that have occurred. And I understand, like, even if your child wasn't, like, even Jeffrey Dahmer's parents loved the guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they were probably mad when he got arrested.
Something just occurred to me that I've never asked with all this police brutality stuff. I have to believe that there are more cops killed in the line of duty than there are cops that kill innocent people or perceived innocent people while in the line of duty.
I got into a discussion with a guy at a company that I went to all the time. He was a black guy. And we got in a discussion about this because I don't necessarily believe, I do believe police brutality exists.
Oh, without a doubt.
But I don't believe that it's race motivated. I mean, of course,
some of it is.
Yeah, I was going to say, of course, I
don't think in general it's race motivated.
Because they do, I mean, things happen. It's a very aggressive job.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very, okay, but we got into this discussion about it, and I said, but there are white people that are innocent, that don't have weapons, that do get shot by the police. And you know what he said to me? I said, there are white people get killed by the cops too. You know what he said to me?
No.
He said, but, what did they do to deserve it? And I was like, exactly. I mean, that's the same.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that argument, but back to what I was saying, though, like, I don't see anybody taking a knee for all the cops that are killed undeservedly by criminals.
Right, but I think, anyway, we'll get into the debate in a little bit. Let me read more of the story. Because it gets to a certain point that I really want to talk about. Okay. But Waters' post includes a link to a petition asking Maroon 5, to drop out of the Super Bowl halftime show. So they don't even want him to do it.
Yeah,
they got a lot
that
of flack for doing this in the first place. Now, what I don't understand about that is there's no petition for the actual NFL players to not play.
No.
I mean, the majority of the NFL is black. Am I wrong about that?
No, I think it's an accurate statement.
The majority of the players in the NFL are black. They're not asking them to not play the game, but they're asking for the halftime entertainment to not do the show. A lot of acts that were asked said no. There were several people that were asked to do the halftime show, and they said no. They didn't want to do it because of this. You know, they're standing with Colin Kaepernick until he gets a job, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay.
Just out of curiosity, though, can we bring back the times of Janet Jackson and the Nip Slip?
Oh, that was a great halftime show. That was one of the best halftime shows ever, right?
And not just because of the Nip Slip. I mean, Justin Timberlake's awesome.
So was she. She's a great performer.
She was a great performer, especially on that one.
Do you think that was planned?
Absolutely.
I do, too.
There is no way that outfit ripped that easy.
He just
reached over and grabbed that thing. It was Velcroed on.
I think, and I could be wrong about this, but I do think that DVR was actually invented because of that. Because you know how many VCRs tapes were worn out? People were rewinding that. They're like, we got to find a way to do this.
Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
We got to do this digitally.
That's funny.
The former 49ers quarterback who knelt during the national anthem in 2016 protest against police violence and misconduct was made a free agent and subsequently not picked up by any team. Now that's not actually accurate. He wasn't subsequently made a free agent. He made himself a free agent. He turned down his last year of his contract.
He did turn down his last year of his contract.
He made himself a free agent.
Yes.
He thought he could get a lot more money out in the open market.
He did.
Okay. Now this story is actually a different story than the one I had, like you did earlier on the podcast.
Right.
What they're leaving out of here is that Roger Walters said that we want to stand in solidarity with one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. That's a direct quote from Roger Walters, which makes me believe he's never watched football in his life.
I think that's probably an accurate statement. While I don't believe he is not a good quarterback, he's not even in like the top 70 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, I don't think.
Now, he was maybe 1 or 2 plays away from winning the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Does that mean he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time? I think if you ask Trent Dilfer, he would tell you, no, I'm not one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Right. I also do think that while the kneeling for the flag, kneeling for the national anthem has, in my opinion, became a very polarizing topic for the wrong reasons.
Absolutely.
I don't think that Colin Kaepernick is not getting a job because of racism or his stance particularly on, because personally I don't think the NFL owners care what your political views are. I think they care more about if they actually thought he could win them games, I think they would bring him in.
No, they would not.
No. You don't think it would overlook?
No. We live in a world where the President of the United States came out against this.
Yeah, but
are you sitting here telling me that Colin Kaepernick is not better than anyone that started a football game in the NFL this year?
I'm not saying that, but Colin Kaepernick did turn down.
No. I don't care if he turned down backup money. That's not what I'm getting at. The statement that you just made is that you believe if owners thought he could win them games, they would have signed him. Are you telling me that Jacksonville would not have been a better team and won more games with Colin Kaepernick instead of Blake Bortles?
No, okay, I think they might have had a better chance with Colin Kaepernick to win games, but their owner, I don't think is a racist person.
Those two things don't have anything to do with each other.
Okay, then what would be the reason then for them not bringing him in if it's not because of the somehow there's a racial. Well, not somehow.
There is a group of people that believe that the NFL the NFL does not want him in the NFL because of race. That's not what it is at all. If you believe that, you're wrong. I'm sorry. It's not because of race. Now, don't get me wrong. There might be an owner or two out there that are like, I don't want him on my team.
But you got 80%
Inward
of your
this,
team.
I don't know. That's fine. That 80% of the team aren't making a statement, right?
You know what I mean? They're being good.
The reason
good.
Right. They're bowing down to the master. No, I don't believe that's what it is.
Right.
I believe that the reason Colin Kaepernick is not on a team is because they don't want the circus that is going to come along with that. You have a right as a business owner to make a decision based on what's best for your team. So let's think about this. Do you want somebody on your team that is going to possibly cost you money? It may get you wins, but it's going to cost you money. The NFL is a business. They're in the business of making money. Yes, winning football games helps you make money, but if you bring somebody like that in, there is a possibility. Now, I don't think it's as big of a possibility as some people do, that fans are going to stop going to your games. If you're winning football games, fans will come back, in my opinion.
I think so, too.
I do not believe that he is not a quarterback in the NFL because of race. I do believe he is not a quarterback in the NFL because his talent does not outweigh the circus that would come with it. Now, if he had Patrick Mahomes' talent, Drew Brees' talent, Matt Ryan talent, I mean, any number of there's probably 15 quarterbacks in the league that you could name their talent with this circus, he would be on a team. He would be starting on Sundays.
If Patrick Mahomes was to kneel every Sunday for ketchup, they wouldn't fire him, I don't think.
No, hell no.
And did you know?
They didn't fire Kaepernick.
That's true. Now, yeah, and he was actually brought in. He was offered, I think it was Minnesota offered him
I think the Ravens did too.
They offered him contracts and he turned them down because they were backup. He don't want to play for backup money.
Nope.
And he had 3 interviews with 3 other teams, but he didn't even make it out of the interview stage because he let it be known he wants to be the starter.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be a starter. Because there were 5 teams this year where guys were starting that I'd never heard of before because they had 2 or 3 injuries to the quarterbacks.
No,
I think he could have played for those teams.
He could have played for those teams. I think there might be more. I don't know. The beginning of the year, I would have put Cleveland in this because I think he is better than Tyrod Taylor. The beginning of the year, I would have said Cleveland, Jacksonville. I don't know who else. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any other team. Maybe Miami. Tannehill's not a good quarterback.
But they like Tannehill down there.
They do like Tannehill down there, but they're just...
Is it Tannehill or Tannehill?
I have no idea.
Okay.
He is not worse than 32 NFL quarterbacks right now. Well, should he be on a starting team based on talent alone?
Can we please take Cleveland out of that equation now because Baker Mayfield can make some brownies?
Just wait till year 2, bud.
Okay, he made brownies in year 1.
Yeah, let's wait till year 2.
He might have made freaking
turds
in year 2. That's happened before. Quarterbacks have came out of the college and the draft and they had gangbuster rookie year.
Well, I mean, the thing about Baker Mayfield is he's now going to be under a new offensive coordinator because his old offensive coordinator is the head coach. He's under a new head coach, and the league has film on him. That's the same with every rookie, though. He could come out next year and set the world on fire and throw for 40 touchdowns and 4,500 yards and take the Browns to the promised land like nobody's ever done in the history of their team. But I don't think that's going to happen. Bernie Kosar took him to the Super Bowl?
No, the AFC Championship game.
Oh, that's not the promised land.
That's as far as we got in our lives.
Well, that's not the promised land.
We had Jim Brown, supposedly the greatest NFL player in history.
You won national titles.
But we didn't win a Super Bowl
because it didn't exist yet.
Right. Anyways,
you won titles back when every other black man was in Vietnam. And Jim Brown was running the football.
Jim Brown was running against 5'6",
5'8" white guys.
Guys like me, I'm like, I got him.
Nah, Jim Brown was a great athlete.
He was great.
He was
until he started throwing women out of the hotel. Anyways.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not against these rock and roll people doing the rebellious thing.
No,
because that's what rock and roll is.
Well, not just that, it's their right.
Yeah, but that's what rock and roll is to me.
Yeah.
You rebel against the government. And I'm not saying that Roger Waters is wrong. Police brutality, I think, is wrong.
It's absolutely wrong.
And I do think that this has started a great discussion around the country about this thing, even though it's been moved off target. I think it somehow became an anti-military.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but
There's a flag involved.
I don't like that Roger Waters said that Colin Kaepernick is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game.
That is one of the most nonsensical.
He had a really good season.
He had like 2 really good seasons, maybe 3.
If it wasn't for Harbaugh, though, I don't think
come on.
he would have been anything.
Harbaugh has never been anything anywhere.
Okay, but Harbaugh believed in this kid. He drafted him. He's the one who promoted him. I mean, this was a him. This was a Harbaugh, and I don't think he would have been anything. He wasn't anything without Harbaugh. He went 3-10 the year Harbaugh got fired.
He wasn't the starting quarterback. They pulled him for Blaine Gabbert.
Blaine? Okay, now that says it all right there.
Yeah, the head coach was racist.
Anyways, okay, so the Super Bowl is coming up, and there's a lot of prop bets.
There are a lot of prop bets.
One of the prop bets is, do you think any of the players are going to take a knee during the halftime? During the national anthem.
When you told me the odds on this, I'm seriously contemplating taking it.
Right now it's 6-1 that no player will take a knee.
Meaning, if I bet $100 and somebody takes a knee, I get $600. Right?
Yes, I think that's it.
I need to borrow $100,000.
Actually, we were looking at that because I think that yes, a player will take a knee is like the odds are. I think you're not going to win much money. I think you got to bet like 140 to win 100.
Now, how are the odds 6-1 that nobody will?
Nobody will. So you bet $6.
Oh yeah, okay, I see.
Now, damn, I hate Vegas. Bet $1 to win 6.
That's what 6-1 odds are.
Bet $1, you win 6. So you bet $100, you win $600.
Right.
Damn. Well, maybe we'll bet on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, though.
Right.
I don't think any of them are going to. Do you?
I don't know.
There's also a prop bet. What color shirt will the singer of Maroon 5 wear? I think his name is Mark Levine. His name's
Adam Levine.
Adam Levine. Mark Levine is
I don't know who Mark Levine is.
He's a conservative talk show host.
Oh, God.
Adam Levine was voted the sexiest man alive, though.
He was.
And I don't really disagree.
My answer to that question is none.
No, here's your 2 options. Black or the field.
I take the field.
I do too, because they say he mostly wears a white wife beater.
I say a lot of the times I see him with no shirt on.
Which I think mostly it's not really a wife, it's more of his husband beater. But
have you never seen his girlfriend? She's a Victoria's Secret supermodel.
She used to be a guy.
You're just mad because he's sexier than you.
He's sexier than everybody.
I don't think so. He's real short.
To me, he only weighs like 85 pounds. I don't get it. But
maybe 92.
And then there's let's get our Super Bowl predictions in there. We did this on the podcast. We're going to do it here real quick.
I don't remember what my prediction was.
I do.
31-24 Rams.
Yeah, you said Todd Gurley is going to
goes
dominate.
Off.
That's your guess, right?
Todd Gurley is going off. The man's never been benched before in his entire life. His entire football playing career, from the time he was a wee little child, he has never been benched until 2 weeks ago against New Orleans. He is pissed.
And he got benched for a fat boy.
He's embarrassed. He's mad at himself. He is going to come out on fire. 31-24 Rams. And
I'm taking Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And I think it's going to be a lot lower scoring than that. I think it's going to be 17-14 Patriots.
The funniest prediction I heard today was it's going to be a 3-point game. In the fourth quarter, Tom Brady is going to fumble the ball into the end zone. The Rams are going to recover. It's going to be blatantly clear that that's what happened, and the refs are going to blow the call, give the ball back to Tom Brady, and he's going to score a touchdown, and they're going to win by 4. My only problem with that is all turnovers are reviewed. So not only would it be missed on the field.
Well, there was, I don't know if you remember the game. I think it was in Oakland.
Oh, you're going to tell me when the Browns got screwed?
No, this was the Patriots.
Oh.
It might have been in New England though.
The tuck rule?
The tuck game.
Yeah, the tuck rule.
Tom Brady
Charles
goes.
Woodson.
Tom Brady goes to throw a pass and then decided not to and pulls the ball back down. And as he's pulling it back down, he gets sacked and the ball gets knocked out of his fucking hand.
Yep.
That's a fumble.
Yep. It is now too, by the way.
The referee said no. He was tucking the ball.
Which doesn't make any sense to me. If you're a running back and you're in the process of tucking the ball, it's a fumble.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never understood the tuck rule.
I think the one against, there was another one. I think it was against the Raiders too. Did the Raiders used to play in the AFC Championship game a lot? Or am I just making this shit up?
They played in a couple of them back to back.
But it was snowy as fuck out.
That was the tuck rule.
And they let him come. Oh, it was the same game?
Yeah.
But they let the guy come out and fucking with the snowblower and clear a pass for the fucking
For the field goal.
for the field goal kicker.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That was the same game. That was the tuck rule game. I'm pretty sure it was the tuck rule that led to that field goal.
Unbelievable.
Pause. Well, I mean, it was snowy. It obviously wasn't in Oakland.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It had to be in New England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Has it ever snowed in Oakland?
Not since the day after tomorrow.
Did you see that meme?
Big X tomorrow. It's been really cold
It's
in
been really
Ohio,
cold.
by the way, and everywhere in the Midwest.
Hey, thank you guys for watching this Brothers and Beer podcast.
Please go listen to our actual podcast. Just Google it. You'll find it. Brothers and Beer Podcast.
And go Patriots.
Go Rams. I'm with 90% of the country on this one.
I just want to see Tom Brady and Bill Belichick win 14 Super Bowls together.
Wow. I would rather see their plane crash on the way home.
Hey, Ben, look, we can keep talking.
No, we got to go. Thank you guys. We love you all. Have a great night.